through it like like the bison running toward the storm. You gotta kind of run to it and embrace it. And if we can do that, then we're going to have a chance to be in the mix.
That's what I was thinking, like the bison. Mike T, can you do me a favor? Stephen A is a diehard Steelers fan, and obviously, Aaron Rodgers is a bad man coined by him. How confident are you in the Pittsburgh Steelers making the playoffs this season?
Not at all. On September 17th this year, the NFL is going to be 105 years old. Stephen A., you should be taking some copious notes here. And in the 105-year history of this great league, there has been 2 quarterbacks 42 years or older that have made the playoffs. Tom Brady, and obviously he's in a class by himself, and Drew Brees. When you look at the Steelers, guys, Troy Fontenot played 1 game last year, big question mark. Who's going to be opposite DK Metcalf? Is it going to be Calvin Austin? Is it going to be Roman Wilson? You have a 3rd-round pick in Caleb Johnson from Iowa. And to me, I think Aaron Rodgers is a juxtaposition. On the one hand, I give him all the credit in the world. 4-time MVP, Super Bowl champion, made hundreds of millions of dollars. If you are in, be all in. Get to know your teammates. Be there for the offseason program.
He has been.
No, he hasn't. He signed late. If he was in, he should have been there in
Since
March.
he signed, has he been there?
He's
been there.
But he hasn't been there when he should be there in March.
What the hell does he need to do, Mike T? Go and get him milk and cookies?
Yeah, he should get.
He's been there.
He should take out his teammates. And when you're competing against Joe
You don't
Burrow,
know whether he hasn't done that or not. It's Pittsburgh. What's there to do? I'm sure he's taking them out.
No, but what I'm saying is he should have been there in March and April when you're competing against Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, amongst others, Stephen A.
He's so down on them.
You're not going to score enough points to compete with those teams. And there's a reason that we have 105 years of data that says at 42, you age out of this position.
I think if it was anybody else, I think y'all look for stuff to get on Aaron Rodgers about. By the way, when you say that somebody like Drew Brees, who we all revere, we know how big time that brother was, he was in a class by himself. Are we sure about that? Last time I checked, Aaron Rodgers was on that level. This is Aaron Rodgers we talking about. This is Aaron Rodgers. He's 4-time league MVP. He's a Super Bowl champion. Drew Brees got one. He got one. What we talking about here? Oh, by the way, Drew Brees won. When did he win his? When in 2009? If I remember correctly, when did Aaron Rodgers win his? 2010.
But I'm saying,
come on, man.
In 105 years,
all right.
2 quarterbacks.
I understand the odds are stacked against him, but if somebody can defy the odds, it's that bad man, okay? Now, I understand he hasn't been that over the last couple of years. The Achilles tear derailed him. Then he comes back last year. And this is the part that's phony about you. And I'm surprised that you, especially you, Woody, it's people like you. Normally, we would look at a guy like Aaron Rodgers who tears his Achilles, 4th play of the game to start the season 2 years ago, and then he come back last year, and we go like this. It's going to take you about 2 years to recover. But nobody wants to give him that grace. Oh, no. Everybody want to look at Aaron Rodgers like he finished. And then Ryan Clark goes out there to trade again. He's like, damn, he could throw. What, you think? Maybe the fact that it took him some time to get 100%. And now that he's 100%, he could drop back, and he got that leverage. You understand?
Watch out for your Achilles.
Come on, now.
Be careful.
Well, I have a 2-time Super Bowl champ here.
And an Achilles tendon survivor of the New York Jet, Lydia.
That's right.
I am. Can you break the tie for me? Because it's a lot right now between the two of them.
First of all, I don't appreciate Stephen A. attacking me.
Yeah, it's an attack.
I didn't say anything. You attacked me, and I don't appreciate that, okay? That's number one. Number two, Mike, you go on here and you're bloviating about 105 years and all that type of stuff, the National Football League. Here's what I will say, devil advocate to all the points you make. Last time I checked, who coaches the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Mike Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin gets to 9-10 wins in his sleep.
Yes, he does.
In his sleep, he gets to 9 to 10 wins. Okay? Yes, Aaron Rodgers is 41, going to be 42 years old. He can't do anything about his age. But you know the one thing that Aaron Rodgers does better than any other quarterback in the history of the National Football League? Take care of the football. That's what Aaron Rodgers does when he's out on the field. He takes care of the football. So you mean to tell me in Pittsburgh you got a quarterback that can take care of the football, a team that has a very good defense, coached by Mike Tomlin, they can't get the 10-plus wins?
And they're winning.
Guys, we need to table that because I have a heavyweight in the AFC standing by. So take a listen right now, staying in the AFC, to what RC had to say about the Texans yesterday on this very show.
So I'm going to go with the Houston Texans making it to the AFC Championship. I believe they win the AFC South. I'm expecting a bounce back year for CJ Stroud. But the reason I say this defense is absolutely phenomenal. On all three levels, they have playmakers. And DeMeco Ryans is an absolute star at the head coaching position. I believe that they get to the AFC Championship and play the Baltimore Ravens.
That was RC yesterday giving his bold take. And you know who might love that bold take on the Houston Texans? How about their star quarterback, CJ Stroud, who's joining us now on behalf of Applebee's, the official grill and bar sponsor of the NFL. CJ, good morning.
What's up, big time?
Meeting you at Fanatics Fest. Was hoping
doing?
we'd get you on the show. So good to have you with us. CJ, let's jump right in.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. Obviously, you had an incredible rookie season, sophomore season, a bit of up and down. Your team dealt with a myriad of injuries. What's the biggest lesson you learned last season?
Really just to stay focused on what I can control, my attitude, my effort, my play in some ways. But, I thought I was proud of our team, through the injuries, through the hard times. We still competed. We made a good playoff run, competed against some of the big dogs in the league every time we faced them. So, you can't always be perfect or play perfect, but when your numbers are called, I feel like we competed last year. So that's what I learned.
I want to know, what have you done with the offensive line? Did you take them out to dinner? Did you bribe them? What is it that you did in the offseason to get them to make sure you don't get sacked 52 times this upcoming season like you did last year? Because, damn it, what are you supposed to do if you're not protected? How do you feel about your offensive line this year?
I feel great. I think, we brought in a lot of great pieces. Of course, we know we traded Laramie, but I feel like we brought in a rookie who is hungry, wants to get better, is doing great in camp. Titus is back at tackle. He looks great. So we got a lot of good pieces, man, and versatile. We're young. We have a new scheme. I think that had to do a lot of it. That had to do a lot with it last year. Was like, we got to be able to get rid of the ball, move the pocket, like help those guys out. Everything can't just be drop back pass. It can be play action. So that's running the ball. So there's ways we can help those guys out. And by me, I gotta do a better job of getting the ball out when it's necessary. So it's not just on them, it's on me as well. So I think we're doing a great job by setting that foundation in camp. And I'm excited, man. Our line looks great.
Talk to us about your first round pick in the draft, Jaden Higgins.
Yeah, Higgins doing great. He's been really mature. He's approached this game like a vet in his first year. Great route runner. Just learning to fill the game out and what he can get away with, what he can't. It's NFL routes are a little quicker than run them in college, and I think he's done a great job of learning from Nico, Christian Kirk, and Justin Watson, and all those boys up there. So, he's taking strides every day, and I'm happy for him.
How much of an effect were those 17 games combined missed between Stephon Diggs, Nico Collins, Tank Dell? With them being out of combined 17 games last year, how much do you believe that affected the level of success that y'all were ultimately unable to enjoy?
Yeah, I mean, we missed some. We lost some games we shouldn't have lost off the strength of just not really scoring points. Our defense, held us alive a lot last year. And we were a great offense. I felt when we had our guys, it's tough to say what if, but I definitely believe, that we had those guys a little more. But I'm not here to hop on the past. Those things happen, and now we're moving on. We got some new pieces, some new guys, and
right.
I think we're doing a good job of building a foundation to where we have more depth in that room. But I think we've done a great job of just passing through the adversity, learning from it, and letting it train us.
Joe Mixon was an 1,000-yard rusher for y'all last year. I like him a lot, but he's going to be gone for at least the first 4 games of the season, if not longer, due to injury. Got Nick Chubb up in there now. How are you feeling about the running attack that y'all going to be able to pose?
Yeah, Nick looks great, man. I'm, hoping Joe gets back healthy soon. But Nick looks amazing. He looks, fresh. He's powerful. In this type of scheme, I think he's going to do great. I think Dameon Pierce is going to have another great year. This is his type of scheme, downhill running. And then, we got a couple young rookies that are really good. Woody Marks, who we got from USC, is a baller. Great, smart young kid who loves ball. And I think, that room is doing great. Our tight ends are blocking their tails off, running great routes. So yeah, I think it's gonna be trending up.
CJ, before we let you roll, huge matchup in college football this weekend. I know you'll be watching Ohio State, Texas. What chance do you give your Buckeyes this season?
I'll say we go all the way. I'm very well. I went up to practice last year, and I got to see Julian Sain. I thought he looked great. He's a Cali kid, so we produced, I think, the best quarterbacks. So I'm excited to see him play. He'll maybe be rusty at first or have some nervousness, but I think once he gets warmed up, Coach Day gonna be calling it great. O-line's gonna be blocking, running backs gonna be doing their thing, defense gonna be balling. So when I go up there, I gotta check out Applebee's, make sure that I hit it up. So make sure get some good grub. It's the NFL sponsor of the year,
Yep.
Bar and Grill. Make sure everybody go watches that commercial. Me, Dan Campbell, Ashton Genty went this summer and shot it. And I thought it was a really good commercial. You can go up there and get 2 for $25. One appetizer, 2 entrees, and any other questions y'all have about Applebee's, go to their social media. But yeah,
Love that.
I'll be up
I
there.
like these, Stephen A.
Ain't nothing wrong,
So
ain't nothing wrong with
I'm here
Applebee's.
for all of it. Real quick, how many touchdowns would you have had if you had Jeremiah Sniff?
He's still a young guy, man. He's talking about when I was at Ohio State.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe a lot. I think I had some good ones too.
Right.
So I like my guys, but I think he's doing a great job. He's a great player.
I have special affection for this brother right here because he could play some basketball too.
Really?
He came through for me. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have much help, but he showed up. So I appreciate you, bro.
I expect
appreciate you.
nothing less. CJ, thank you so much for being with us. Best of luck this season.
Best
Looking
of luck,
forward to
bro.
seeing you out there.